Hello, lovely. This is Yasmin from Tiny Time Big Results, and welcome to today's podcast episode. So, if you've been in my world for a while, you'll know that Tiny Time Big Results is all about how to have a profitable 20-hour week business. And back in the day when I first started Tiny Time Big Results, I really believed that it was all about productivity. How could I be more productive? At the time, my eldest was like 3. It wasn't like 3, he was 3. And my daughter was just a few months old. And so I had very, very tiny time. And, it was this stress and pressure of feeling like I've not got enough time. So I decided to flip it and say to myself, okay, so how can I make the most of the time that I do actually have? Which led me thinking that it was about productivity, that it was about me being more efficient and effective with my time. And actually what I found as I started doing this work, and I was teaching productivity, and I do have a knack, a skill of getting things done in a very, very small amount of time. But I realized that whilst that was just part of the story, there was a much bigger factor that was at play in order for me to be able to have a really fulfilling and abundant business that would really give me the lifestyle that I wanted. Like for me, I've got 3 kids under the age of 11. So I want to be able to do my work in the morning and be with them and do all the other things that I want to do for the rest of the day. And so I needed the business to work for me. And, I worked in corporate for 12 years beforehand. And so let me tell you, it's so interesting because obviously when you're in corporate, like you're working long hours. And here I was trying to create really great results in a fraction of the time. So I started off thinking that it was about me being more productive. It really wasn't. What I discovered was what the bigger factor was how I was actually structuring the business model. And so what I want to talk to you about today is what I call the upside down business model. And I'm sure other people call it that as well. This is just kind of something that's particular for me because this is the way that I looked at it. And, you might hear a lot of business advice that says, you start, charge a smaller amount and build up your business that way. I kind of went the other way. And this wasn't a conscious decision. I've got to be honest with you. It wasn't a conscious decision, but I actually started out by charging premium prices. And I have continued to do that. And what I have found is that this actually drives 80% of my revenue, okay, whilst just working a few hours a day. And I think this is really important to know that in order for you to almost find the fastest path to cash in a 20-hour week business is actually charging premium, and not just charging premium, right? Because one of my values in business is integrity. Right? So this isn't just about adding a little zero to the end of your prices and going, woo, look at me, I'm charging, expensive prices. But for me, it's about creating massive value. So that was always my driving force. Like, how could I create something that was so valuable that somebody would look at that and go, this is amazing. This is a no-brainer. So I started out by creating premium packages, which actually enabled me to be able to do the work that I really, really love and enjoy. It allowed me to be able to work with great clients. I didn't need a lot of clients. I don't have a big list in my business. And by having premium offers, and that's one-to-one and group, that really enabled me to be able to do exactly what I wanted. And to this day, like Tiny Time Big Results, I created that in 2014. Like to this day, premium offers remains the number one strategy, if you like, that drives 80% of my revenue. And I wanted to share that with you today because, like I said, it's not about just adding a zero. It is about providing a service in the highest level of integrity. And it's also about providing massive service. But what I found as well is that it is about stepping into the identity of someone who charges that. Now, Premium typically would be, say, 2K plus. You know, if you're a coach, you're a consultant, you're an expert in your field, you're providing some kind of an offer, a service, a package. Typically 2K and above is what I would class as premium. And there's lots of different ways that you can structure this in your business. Like, this is actually one of the things I have great fun doing. And in a later episode, I will be sharing with you some case studies about how this can be so transformative in your business. Like, it really is exciting. But one of the things I want you to be mindful of is that when you're creating something that's high value, high ticket, and you are creating something that is, you know, kind of maybe pushing you a little bit out of your comfort zone, that there is a way to do this that makes it be easy for you to be in full alignment with it, right? Because if you just said, right, okay, I'm going to just charge premium, and then you put it out there and nothing happens, there's a reason for that. And so there is work to be done to get you to that point. But the beauty of that is that it actually doesn't take that long. It's about you being committed and willing to actually step into that. Now, this is something that I talk about with my clients in my multiplier program, because that is a program that's designed to get you to 5 to 10K months in your 20-hour week business. And it really is about the strategy of what you're doing and how you're doing it. So really about the structure of the business model, what you're charging and what you're putting into your programs and offers. So that makes it high value. But it's also about the energy that you bring to your work, to your marketing, to your sales. It's actually fascinating. It really is fascinating. And I am going to be exploring this a lot more in this podcast, because I know that this is the fastest path to cash in your 20-hour week business. I also know that you're going to have a lot of questions in your mind, or a lot of limiting beliefs that make you think that this is not possible for you. It 100% is, but you got to be willing to show up and actually say, okay, maybe I'm not there yet, and that's okay, but I'm willing to get there. I'm willing to do what it takes to get to that point where I can charge with ease 2K and above, right? And we all have to start from somewhere. You know, we don't just go, right, okay, I'm going to just charge this, because it's an energy thing. And, you know, it's interesting, because if you wanted to say charge 5K for a package or an offer or a program, then it's about meeting that energy and being at that frequency of that 5K offer. And this is something that I just love to talk about, because for me, this has been probably the most intense personal development and transformation, you know, being self-employed, because it's meant that I've had to take those steps and think about, okay, what value am I creating? And how can I be that person that offers this package? Like, I remember when I sold an 8K package, and I was like, oh my God, you know, that was a pivotal moment for me. And it's exciting. You know, it's when you start pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, knowing that your greatest expansion is over there. And what you're doing is just stepping into that. And that's what premium really does for you. Not only does it allow you to create that greater, generous revenues in your business whilst working a fraction of the hours, like this is what helped me to replace my corporate salary whilst working a fraction of the hours, be there for my kids, do all the other stuff, you know, make sure I go for my walk every morning. I go for my 30-minute walk. I really set myself up for the day, but because I know that the business allows me to do that, because I've structured it that way. But it just means that it gives you that space to be creative. It gives you that space to, you know, like to not worry about bills, to know that if you want to go and just, you know, have a little bit of a splurge, you can. So, and this is what I love about this, because not only is it about helping you to create those generous revenues, helping, you know, to create more space and energy in your business so that you can really think about how you can serve your clients at a higher level. And also, this has so many ripple effects for your clients. Like I said, we're going to go into this a lot more in this podcast. So, and we're going to dive deep into it because I think this is such a fascinating topic. And truth be told, I've always been fascinated with premium offers, premium packages. I love watching, and my son does this now. We watch videos about the most expensive burger or whatever it might be. And I'm always fascinated with the psychology behind it. And there is a psychology behind it. There is strategy and there's an energy behind it. And that's exactly what we do in Multiplier. If you want to know more about Multiplier, then just bob me a message. I'm more than happy to have a chat with you about that. I'm going to leave you with this for today, right? The upside down business model allows you to create that generous revenue whilst working a fraction of the hours. Okay. Instead of just saying, oh, okay, I've got this 200 quid offer, I'm going to have to sell a lot because you need volume for that. You actually need fewer people. You don't need this massive audience. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as well, but you don't need a massive audience in order for you to hit your income goal. If you wanted to make say 8K a month and you had a package that was 3K, totally doable, sell 3 and you've already got more than what you wanted, right? So that's what I want to get you excited about. And what I want to leave you with today is get excited about the possibilities, how you can serve your clients at a higher level, how this gives you the space to be more creative, how it gives you that space to be able to reach more people. Because by doing this, I was able to write my book. Now that book gets read all around the world. It's so exciting, but you can't do that when you're in a space of always worrying about the bills. And what happens is that makes you take very short-term decisions, and it gets you into the short-term actions rather than thinking big picture, long-term. When you've got money coming in and you're like, I'm covered, I can cover all my expenses and can cover my bills and I have money left over, that gives you the space to be able to do that. And you'll actually be able to grow your business far quicker. Okay. So I hope that's been useful to you today. Let me know in the comments. Come over on social, find me and tag me and let me know what you think. If you want to know more about Multiply, then just bob me a message. You can email me at support@yasminvorji.com. And I look forward to seeing you the next time. Take care. Have an awesome day.